and mortar. A concrete example, if I may put it like that, of the fact that our principles really work in practice.
Thank you, Minister. One last word, Mr. Conway.
I should just like to repeat that there's nothing wrong with the principle of partnership, provided that there's no interference in management decisions from the state or the workforce.
Thank you, Mr. Conway. Joe Morgan?
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. We all know that Mr. Conway is talking out of date capitalist claptrap. If partnership is to mean anything at all, it must mean an equal partnership between unions, government and industry, in that order.
Final word, Minister.
No need to be
gentlemen, please.
I think we're all in agreement, really. I mean, fundamentally. We've shown that if we can work together, we can forge a new Britain, and it's given me a great deal of pleasure here today to be able to talk to two of the principal forgers.
Thank you. The Right Honourable James Hacker MP, Minister for Administrative Affairs, was talking with George Conway, Chairman of the National Construction Federation, and Joe Morgan, General Secretary of the Commercial and Administrative Workers Union.
Splendid. Thank you all very much. Jean will take you to hospitality.
Was it really all right?
First class. Really
most interesting, Minister. Is there any way we can edit that awful Hacker waffle down to 2.5? Leave the Solihull bit, though.
Joe, see you later.
Yes.
Good. Well done.
Well, I hope you won't mind my mentioning it, Mr. Harker, but I wondered if you could put a word in for my members' claim for a special Birmingham allowance.
Really don't think I can conduct trade union negotiations in BBC studio. Anyway, that's a department of the employment matter.
I know, but
no, I'm sorry, I really don't see how I can. I mean, before we knew where we were, we'd have a Manchester allowance, Plymouth allowance, Chipping Sodbury allowance.
Well, I was thinking, see, that after this broadcast, people might be asking questions about the Solihull project, wanting to know more about it, you understand?
I hope they do.
Yes, but as we know, there are some things better not found out. I'm sure we understand one another.
Do we? You've got something in your eye.
Just a gleam. Oh, come off it, Hacker. We got you by the short and curly. And I'm asking 10% below London allowance, and we'll settle for 30% below. Give you the credit for beating us down.
I'm sorry, there's just not going to be a Birmingham allowance. You better resign yourself to that.
If anybody's going to have to resign, it's not going to be me.
What are you talking about?
The Solihull project, of course. I could hardly believe it when he took all the credit for it in that broadcast. Great courage, of course. But whatever possessed you?
What?
Cannons to the right of him, cannons to the left of him. Into the valley of death rode Mr. Acker.
How'd it go, sir?
Oh, very well, very well. I was talking about government-industry cooperation. There's a very interesting project going on up in the Midlands at the moment. I don't suppose you'd have heard about it much down here, but it's very interesting, if you know the background.
You don't mean the Solihull project, sir?
Yes. You've heard about it? What are you laughing about?
Oh, no, sir.
What have you heard?
Nothing really, sir.
We regard it as a shining example of collaboration between government and private industry. What's so funny, George? What do you know about all this?
Oh, not more than you might pick up in 37 journeys between the Ministry and Mr. Michael Bradley's office, 44 Farringdon Street and 129 Birmingham Road, Solihull.
37 journeys? Who with?
Oh, your predecessor, sir. And Sir Humphrey, mostly. Very cheerful they were in the first few trips. They kept talking about shining examples of successful collaboration and such like. Then the gloom started to come down, if you know what I mean.
Gloom?
Well, no, not gloom. More like desperation, really.
Desperation? What about?
Well, you're the one who knows the background, sir.
Yes. Any particular bit of the background you were thinking of?
No. I mean, when something's fishy, it's just fishy, isn't it? You don't know which particular bit the smell's coming from.
Fishy?
Well, I mean, I don't really know. And for all I know, Mr. Bradley may be quite kosher, despite everything Sir Humphrey said about him. Still, you'd know more about all that than I do, sir. I'm just the driver.
right. I'm just the minister.
Yes, I agree. A Birmingham allowance for Morgan's Union is out of the question. But how was the broadcast itself, Minister?
Well, all right, I think.
You think?
Well, I talked very enthusiastically about the Solihull project, and then I had second thoughts.
Any particular reason?
No. Humphrey, is everything all right about the Solihull project?
Yes, Minister, I understand the building works are proceeding quite satisfactorily.
No, that's not what I meant. Is something going on?
Building is going on, Minister.
No. I mean, something's up, isn't it?
Yes, indeed, Minister.
What?
Well, the first floor is up and the second floor is almost up.
Humphrey, I'm talking about the whole basis of the thing.
Oh, I see.
What can you tell me about that?
Well, as I understand it, Minister, the basis is an aggregate of gravel and cement on 6 feet of best builder's
Humphrey,
rubble.
I think you know that I'm talking about the finance.
Oh, I see. Our contract with the construction company, you mean?
Do I?
Yes, well, I understand these stage payments are in accordance with all
Humphrey,
the usual...
what is it that I don't know?
What precisely do you mean, Minister?
I don't know. That's just it. I don't know. And I don't know because I can't find what questions to ask you. And I don't know what to ask you because I don't know. What is it that I don't know?
Minister, I don't know what you don't know. It could be almost anything.
You're keeping something from me, aren't you?
Yes, indeed.
Aha!
It is the department's duty to protect the minister from the great tide of irrelevant information that beats against the walls of this department day after day.
Humphrey, there is something about the Solihull project that I know I don't know, and I know you know. I know Bernard knows. Joe Morgan knows. For heaven's sake, my own driver knows more than I do. It's only me, poor Joe Soap, has to stand up and tell the great British public about it, who hasn't got a clue as to what's going on. Humphrey, will you answer a simple question?
Certainly, Minister. What is it?
I don't know! If you tell me, I'll ask it.
Well...
Yes, Frank?
Our meeting?
Meeting?
About my Quango paper.
Oh, yes, come on in. You've read Frank's Quango paper, have you, Humphrey?
Oh, yes, indeed, Minister.